Welcome back, everybody. They are the dynamic duo and husband and wife team who host the hit show Extreme Weight Loss, and here to discuss their new book, Extreme Transformation, Lifelong Weight Loss in 21 Days. Welcome back to our home, Chris and Heidi Powell. Hi, guys.
Hello, hello.
We love it when you're here. You're both such an inspiration.
Yeah. Thank you.
And you've really dedicated your entire life to this.
Yes.
We really have. Our kids are even involved in everything we do. So yeah, we have all 4 of them, and they all kind of work out with us when we have our people over, and it's a family affair.
But you're saying that we just have to dedicate 21 days. I don't understand. Why just 21 days?
Well,
ahead,
of
babe.
course, for some people, their journey can be over in 21 days. If they're looking to lose 5, 6, 7 pounds, others, they might have a longer journey. But 21 days, of course, we've all heard 21 days can form a habit, you know, and plus or minus a few days here and there. But we know that in 21 days, when we begin our people on their journey of transformation, where we usually take a full year to take 200 pounds off of them, we teach them everything that they need to know in those 21 days, from diet to exercise to the most important tools is, of course, learning about yourself, like, and the mental and emotional aspect of it. So in those 21 days, that's what we lay it all out in the book, everything that you need to know.
Well, clearly you guys know exactly what you're talking about. So I understand that from this show, we have some before and afters of some people that you've worked with.
We do.
Yes.
I know. Isn't that incredible?
Oh, wow.
I know.
This is hard.
And I mean, he's just one of many.
Wow, he lost 200 pounds.
Oh,
my gosh.
Sarah lost over half her body weight in a year.
Olympic athlete.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And then Georgiana lost 167 pounds.
Do you keep up with
1 year.
them? Do they keep
Oh, yeah.
up?
We do. Most of our people, well, you know, and a food addiction is like any other addiction. There's a recurrence rate for a lot of people, but most of them do keep it off if they follow the secrets and the tips that we give in our book, which is that emotional component,
And
mental
Carney
component.
is nodding her head.
Yeah.
I relate to all of this. I've lost 150. I've gained back 70. I've kept off quite a bit of weight from my highest weight, and that's the longest I've ever done that in 20 years. But I'm not perfect, and it'll be a struggle forever.
Yes.
Do you relate to what they're saying? It's about the brain.
Oh, the mental
100%.
part of this. Yeah, and it's a lifestyle. I think they're very knowledgeable and they know. And I'm just thinking, like, we might have to talk after the show.
We can talk right here on the show. Honey. Put it all out there.
Her whole Love Bites, oh my gosh, it's
Thank you.
absolutely
It's gonna be
brilliant
good.
as far as the portion size aspect, because
Because it's what you guys talk about as well.
What was amazing was just sitting here, we were talking right before we started, and they were talking about we love fast food because it's real. And I love your approach where it's not this thing where it's we're going to be perfect and we're going to go to Whole Foods and get everything. It's like, hey, go get what's convenient. Just be smart about it.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Go ahead.
And, well, and the second you tell yourself you have to eat chicken and broccoli and rice for the rest of your life, it becomes a diet and it's not attainable forever. You can't sustain it. It's like at some point you're going to fall off the wagon. You're going to, you know, like you say, though, get back up. That's the most important thing. But if you can find moderation, if you can enjoy your little bites here and there, then that's the lifestyle.
What about, like you said, with the mind, what about if you know that in your program you say on day 7 you are allowed a cheat meal, so you really can just go for it?
Yeah.
Well, absolutely. And again, we're talking about that deprivation and restriction. The moment I say, from this point forward, you can no longer have pizza. How well does that work?
It's not going to work.
Yeah, of course not. That's all I think about. And so it's really important that you carve it in. And believe it or not, if you can time it strategically, because this is all about physiology and manipulating the body, you can time that pizza strategically, or that peanut butter banana bread with chocolate chips to actually benefit you, to speed your weight loss. Because remember, when you ingest more calories than you're burning, that actually boosts your metabolism. So what if you can do that once or twice a week, boost your metabolism to then create a deficit and lose
you're
more
tricking
weight?
your body.
You
You're
are.
tricking your body.
It's all manipulation.
There's so many books out there
Yes.
about fitness and weight loss and this and that. We're coming up on the new year, and people at home are going to say, well, I go to the bookstore and there are thousands of them out there. What sets yours apart from the others?
You know, I think one of the biggest things, and Carney, I think you can appreciate this. We teach never to look at your weight loss goal as a finish line, because once you reach that goal, it's the beginning of an even bigger journey. Maintenance is harder than weight loss.
Huge.
Right?
Yep.
And it's important that we don't have what we call lottery syndrome. When I win the lottery, I'm going to be happy forever. No, when you reach your goal, you're not going to be happy forever unless you find happiness in love now. And you find something sustainable to stick to forever, and that's what we
You
teach.
got to love yourself now if you're going to love yourself when you're 100 pounds thinner.
Yes.
It's just the bottom line.
Amen.
You guys are great.
There are certain components to being healthy that
Yes.
you say. What are some of those components?
Well, hands down, of course, it's all the mental and the emotional components. Having realistic expectations for the journey ahead, not just the weight loss journey, but as Heidi was talking about, the maintenance journey. Because once we help all these people through, well, then there's a much bigger journey ahead, and that's, of course, that's just keeping it off.
But why so much water here? Are you guys really part of
5 tips.
Yeah, exactly.
Components I was talking about, again, like,
No, I'm talking about the
I was like, wow.
Okay, so when it comes down to brass tacks, tiny little changes that we can make, because biggest mistake people make in New Year's is they go, I'm gonna drink a gallon of water, I'm gonna eat 5 small meals a day, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do 45 minutes of cardio at the gym. Come on, when you take on so many things,
too much.
Research has proven that if you take on one small commitment that you can keep every day, you have an 80% chance of success, more than 80%. When you take on 2, it drops to 33%.
Oh my
so
God.
please, everybody listen up. Do not take on more than one thing at a time.
Wow.
We appreciate big resolutions, but let's get realistic. Take on one promise. Drink more water. Maybe it's
How
an
much
extra-
water?
Now this is a gallon right here. If you can drink a gallon of water, and you know without a shadow of a doubt, you can do that. We got 8 wine glasses.
glasses.
here.
Yeah.
Not so hard.
No, you can do that.
And wake up with first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
A glass of water. That alone is going to make a huge difference in your body physically, but also emotionally. It's going to start. After a while, you're going to start to realize, well, if I can do that, what else can I do?
What am I supposed to eat? Eggs and cookies and peanut butter too? What's that about?
Absolutely. Eating breakfast. So
Okay.
important. That's just a single commitment. Look, we don't care if it's eggs and oatmeal or it might just be pancakes. Just eat breakfast because so many people out there don't do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that jumpstart your metabolism? Is that why?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Next one, we want to make sure that we eat protein with every single meal. We often neglect protein, but if we eat that protein first, not only is it the most immediately satiating macronutrient, so as soon as we eat it, we're going to stay fuller longer, but it's the building blocks for our muscles. So eating 5 times a day, protein at every meal with those carbs and those fats, like, for example, that toast right there has peanut butter. Peanut butters, nut butters are wonderful sources of protein.
Doesn't have to be meat at every
No.
Right. And you know what? Real quick, just for my good friend Kimmy over here, because Kim's a really good eater. She does everything, but you have your Achilles heel.
I am sitting right here.
No, you do everything they say, but your Achilles heel, you do it every
Is
time, honey,
sweet.
is sugar.
I know. Right.
She just, so can she still have a little sugar?
You can still have a little bit of sugar, but we do say to reduce your sugar intake to 50 grams a day.
Okay.
Or less.
Or less.
Would that be 5 cookies? Because I could do
Yes.
This would be your 5 points. Or it could be some love bites.
Right.
Oh,
absolutely.
That's a lot. For me, that's a lot.
A tall glass of orange juice. We're looking at about 50 grams of sugar right there.
Okay, and what about the yogurt? Would that be?
It depends on the kind of yogurt. If it's
Yes.
sweetened with sugar, yes, that's going to come up to about 40, 45 grams of sugar. But you can get the wonderful stevia sweetened yogurts now that are so good and like literally carb-free, sugar-free.
Exactly.
And a tall glass of orange juice
Done.
and some water is going to make you a tall drink of water.
Yeah.
You're going to be a tall drink and just 5 minutes of exercise. I like that. Thank you. You guys be sure to grab Extreme Transformation Lifelong Weight Loss in 21 days. It's available now in bookstores nationwide or go to HeidiPowell.net. Thank you so
guys.
much.
Thank you.
Perfect
So great.
representations of what you do. You guys look great.